Allow me to give you a world. I've noticed an annoying trend, and that's gimmick content. And if you don't know what that is, allow me to give you a quick definition. Gimmick content is content that's streamlined and optimized that relies on a gimmick to be produced. And today I want to talk about how the current content creation climate is being taken up by people who are guilty of creating this type of content. I'm gonna stop rambling. You already know I'm the wokest kid from the hood. Let's actually start. First things first, parasocial baiting. When it comes to gimmicks, this is probably one of the worst. Parasocial baiting is when content creators rely on their oftentimes young audience that has developed a parasocial relationship with them to farm engagement. I think the biggest showcase of parasocial farming is through girl content or content that has two people who are displaying an attraction to one another. For some reason, since the dawn of social media, viewers have loved to ship people together, and they also, for some reason, love watching other people go out and get play. The only reason
to be fair, people have loved this since, you know, your Jersey Shore days and long before that. That's how reality TV just exists. The only difference is now, instead of just being reality TV, and you know, you turn on your TV and boom, you go channel 12, channel 236, whatever, you know, CBS, whatever show's running, you know what I'm saying? The same way you got sci-fi shows, you got them drama shows that just be going. And to me, this is in that same vein for real. Not a bad thing, not an issue at all. I mean, to be fair, it can be taken too far sometimes, but I'd be lying, right? I'd be lying if I said, oh yeah, I never watch that sort of stuff. I'm not into the gimmick content creation culture at all. Like parasocial, the dating, oh my gosh, get out of here. I'll be the first person to say, recently, it was Jason Ween and Sakura. They went to Japan together. I think they just came back like 2 days ago. I wasn't watching the stream all the time, right? Chill on me. But it was cool. It was cool. I was rocking with it heavy. I was like, oh, this is cute. It's funny. I know it's fake, obviously, but like it's still funny to watch. Even when you know it's fake, you can still enjoy the content. You know what I'm saying? I watch cartoons. I don't watch cartoons because they're realistic. I watch it because it's funny, or because there's an explosion, or because there's action. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to heart too hard on people that are big, you know, persons in the gimmick culture space, because it is kind of interesting. It is kind of funny. And I enjoy partaking in it sometimes myself. I do think there is a point where it's too far though. And I'm pretty sure hopefully he touches on that.
The reason I can understand that is because it's part of living vicariously through these people. That's why streamers like Deshae Frost, J Cinco, or even DDG have gone up significantly.
I'm gonna keep it a band. I've never been a Deshae watcher. I'm not a Deshae kind of guy. Respectfully, of course. The J Cinco and DDG dynamic in some videos is hilarious, of course, but across the entire thing, we're reaching a bit. We're doing a lot. You feel what I'm saying? We're doing a lot. So they're definitely more is palpable. Palpable is not the word I'm looking for. I can stomach that a lot more than, you know, the rest of them. Luckily. For now, at least.
It's due to the amount of parasocial farming they do. They'll go on stream and just farm clips like this.
Yeah, I feel like it was a real good date. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh!
It was a nice date. I had a good time today, personally. I feel like, you know, like, usually my first dates don't go this good, especially coming from, I don't really go on dates like that.
That voice is funny though.
I usually just like, just link and then stuff just happened, but I'm starting to enjoy the dating experience a lot more.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
No,
And I'm not even trolling. This is enough to rot someone's brain within a week, but it works, and that's why it's a gimmick. This is clearly targeted towards a young male audience. Farming kids for engagement by using this method is a little corny to me. That's why whenever these guys come up in video,
hey, the 20-year-olds be watching it too. And while the 30-year-olds don't watch that sort of joke, there's been a couple other jokes that I've seen some people that could be aunties and uncles and should have some families of their own watch, where they mix, you know, it clicks in their head too.
I be expressing my distaste. Content like this isn't really content, it's just the go-to when you want easy clips. It's the equivalent of LeBron James spamming that little three-pointer he be doing. But for these guys, they farm 1,000 best Riz moments, and now they're viral. And then on top of that, it just objectifies women, makes them an object in the stream, turns women into stream segments. But what makes it worse is that these streamers be making the women that come on feel uncomfy.
What is that? Nah, you can't see. You playing. With that face, I don't know what you want. See?
Please. Bro, why the shade outside?
Bro, the shade. Trapping.
Slap her.
Nigga grabbed me up in the pool. Where you going?
He
You know you to find a stud here. All up in my ear.
One time, 2 studs here.
He grabbed you. How that made you feel though?
I looked at him like,
Don't lie for a
Nah, I
second
think she
though.
knows she not
Oh, you can see it on his stream. Cameras in my face.
She knows she not big.
That's just kind of like just hearing her explain it was just like it made me unhappy. It made me unhappy. Like not even not funny. Like, oh man, he missed an opportunity. Like genuinely ill. I don't understand the play right there. Cause Deshae probably the same height as her. I ain't even seen the clip, but Deshae probably the same height as her. He might be an inch shorter than her. Cause she look about 5'5". I'm pretty sure bro like 5'3", 5'2". Bro is bad bitch height. Doing that. No, bro. You're out of pocket.
Here she go, dragging.
And that's just such a crazy thing to me. This guy Deshae is known for spamming girl content, and during Streamer University, he just brought up in a conversation based off of how he made a shorty feel. But that's what I mean. That is the gimmick. They rely on cheap ways to make content, and it has its repercussions. That being one of them. Also, I feel like girl content low-key is softcore at times because of all the heavy flirting and because of those lines being blurred between appropriate and inappropriate. And due to that, I think is a contributing factor when it comes to the content going too far.
What the hell? Put your leg up. All right, you ready? Yeah. I'm gonna get you right here. Okay, you ready? Okay. All right, ready? All right. 1, 2, wait. 3. Now let's get to the side. Okay. All right, ready?
I ain't even trying to harp on it too much, but god damn.
That's the stuff that Shay be doing that I don't like. That's the stuff that cause like I was trying to think of a part of a clip that I had in my head where he's funny to me and I couldn't find one. I'm sure there is one. I'm not don't kill me about it. Right. Don't off me about it. Cause I'm sure there is a clip where he's funny to me. But for the most part, like when I think about him is this sort of stuff. What's good, Flair? Like when I see this sort of stuff, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
It's just getting old. There's no reason you should be doing freaked out gym streams. Well, there shouldn't be a reason, but one could argue various viral clips which can be turned into revenue is a valid reason for the freaked out, morally questionable individuals. Before I move on to the next gimmick though, I do want to briefly talk about a subsector within the girl content.
Speed? You think Speed's not funny? Speed's funny, but he's not like regular. Like he's not the same type of funny that like Phantom is, so to speak. Like he's funny, but he's not that type of funny. But like the shade to me is the bottom of the barrel. Like because he tries, when you try to be funny and you're not funny, it hits different. Because there's some guys where like their content is just like really, really dry. Like their delivery is just really dry. It's just really simple, really calm. And I respect that, right? Because sometimes they'll say something and they don't think it's funny, but it's funny to us, right? I can't remember bro's name. Long hair, white, like facial hair. He got a sleeper build, low key, like basically, like the streamers where they're more on the pogger side, I guess, where it's just like a chill energy, chill vibe, and they just be there vibing. You know, they're the ones where it's like, okay, cool, yeah. They're funny sometimes, but they're not intended to be funny. When you're trying to be funny and you're not funny, bro, that's problematic in and of itself. I can see you not thinking Speed's funny though, because he's not. Him and Kai are two different types of humor, but still they have a lot of overlapping audience, if that makes sense. Somebody just followed us. Who just followed me? That was Chase. Chase, I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you.
It's a gimmick, and that's relationship.
But yeah, nah. Humor is kind of all over the place. Kai def ain't funny. But we could really get into the weeds with it. Kai before was more funny than Kai now, for sure. Like no questions asked. Before Kai was like, he was one of those guys where like, yes, he would try and like reach for some clips sometimes, but the way he did it was still humorous. And him being short in the way he did it, he's like kind of like a little teddy bear, like you could pick him up in the air. Like that made it more funny. But as time has gone on and he's grown in popularity and stuff, and you see him kind of reach for things, and he's the way he kind of looks at his phone, that'd be blowing me. Ignore that. Like sometimes he'll sit there and he'll say something, and then he'll look at the chat to see if they rock it with what he said, instead of just like being Kai. Like that's the one that really gets me. But you know, corporate funny, there you go. Yeah, and you can be funny for the brands and everything, but still like be you. I just feel like sometimes the line gets a little weird when it comes to him specifically.
I'm gonna talk about Aya and Dabo, obviously, because the breakup gimmick is their specialty. I previously made a video.
Are they still together? Oh, I need to tap in on that. I've seen enough DH for today though. This is gonna be the last DH reaction. But Dabo is one of those guys where like I'm not watching him. Respectfully, I'm not watching him.
About how I think both of them should really just, stop showing their relationship online, because it's kind of weird how random people are watching two teenagers navigate a relationship. Nobody's perfect, number one, and having viral clips like these are crazy.
We went to that party, you guys remember that? Y'all remember that? As I told her, next time, because she said she didn't know that she had to ask me to go to a party. I said, next time, let me know who goes to the party. She's done. No, she don't respect me. She don't.
Dabo is officially breaking up with his girlfriend after she went to a party with boys without telling him, and he doesn't let him in the dorm. It's supposed to say her, the clip page fucked up, but close enough.
Respect me. She don't respect me.
And that's it. Like, it's just done. That's it. So yeah, I hate cheaters too. But I'm so sorry if I came off as a cheater. Like, I didn't think in my head what I was doing was wrong, but looking back at it, I was wrong. So I do take accountability for what I did.
It's like sometimes I just be feeling lonely now. Like, ever since I've been single, I don't be having nobody to talk to at night. It's like I just go to the gym in the nighttime now. I don't do nothing else. Like, gym, that's what you should do.
But actually, let me explain why I think these clips are crazy.
Time out. He definitely lying because he don't be going to the gym at night, but carry on.
Like I said, when I was making videos in the past, my thinking is that these are kids. We really shouldn't be watching them go through their relationship. These are private, intimate conversations, and like, nigga, it just feels a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's like having spectator mode on. And with spectator mode, we're watching people while they can't see us. Or it's like those viral Roblox clips where people eavesdrop. Never eavesdropping again.
My God.
You feel me? So it just feels
I ain't never seen none of that on Roblox. I'm glad I don't be eavesdropping then. I know it was
weird
like
because
that.
we should not be witnessing this. But it's also crazy because these niggas are repeating the same gimmick over and over. It gets fucking old, dude. Niggas are not trying to see Aya and Dabo spam the same breakup script and get back together. And I get it. It works, okay? Let me be clear. Everything I'm talking about works and is getting these content creators hella bread. But oh my goodness, this shit is getting so old. We're in July 2025 and you got Dabo and Aya spamming breakup gimmicks. You got the girl content merchant spamming that. And I'm over here just wanting better content. But no, I open TikTok and I see a stupid ass caption talking about when you go back to your old ball.
You trying to put on the front, like, what you trying to put on the front? Like, give me a hug. You know want a hug. You know you want a hug. So like, you know what I mean?
And this stuff is clearly farming the pair socials and it just works. God damn. Maybe I am hating, which, okay, low-key I am hating, but I do have a reason to hate, okay?
Are you hating? Yes. But is it valid? Also yes, because what are we talking about?
Does is it creates patterns, it sets precedents, it makes metas. You ever play a game and the meta is so annoying, but it's just so good you have to deal with it. That's what gimmick content is, an annoying meta in a video game, and it's oversaturating content. I know that Agent and Davis was trolling when they was talking about other people stealing content, but in reality there is no stealing content. What there is are metas that people hop on. And with that, people really did jump in to, criticize them for saying it. People felt
a lot of people felt a way about that, and it was the funniest thing ever to me because what they said was kind of true, right? Some people see one person do it, and because they saw this one person do it, they want to do it because that person did it. Not because they have an affinity for it, not because they think it looks cool, but because that person did it and that looks like method. So then they go and copy that person. And that's it's a whole lot going on there. But like even beyond that, that's really iffy. That's really iffy. That's a whole lot of gambling you're doing right there. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, metas are always going to be a thing. Like, even playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, there's always going to be a different meta that's in play where it's always like the main thing. Like, that's the hype thing that everybody's tuned into. But, metas in streaming aren't going to change. They're going to change, but like the way people interact with the meta isn't going to change. You're always going to have people that just flood it until it dies. And you're going to have a couple people that come in there super late, and so they catch a little bit of buzz at the end, but
attacked. You know what they say, hit dogs holler. No one truly addressed the crux of that conversation, even if it was a joke. If you feel like ideas are being stolen, maybe it isn't the fact that ideas are being stolen, but rather the fact that content is so oversaturated, there's a specific amount of metas that everyone is choosing from. But I'm done talking about the girl content gimmick. The next gimmick is loud equals funny. This one was popularized by Coco Melon Sanat. And while it's not really the worst gimmick, it's just obnoxious. I mean, that's why I call him Coco Melon Sanat, because it's literally children content with the screaming and overly loudness. I do want to be a little more specific though. What makes this content a gimmick is because it's filled with overreactions. If you're a real fan, you know that in the past, I've talked about how it's less of the screaming and more of the lack of authenticity. It's starting to feel like children's day programming. In other words, Kai Cenat is a fake tweaker.
My shit was muted this whole fuck. Why didn't y'all niggas?
And when I see clips like this, I can't help but feel like they're performative. And I feel like when Kai was really in his stylist era, where everyone was cooking him and calling him out for being fake, overreacting, I think that era truly affected the industry. It became the industry standard for streaming. Loud, obnoxious, and overstimulating. 3 words that I'd say perfectly encapsulate what streaming is.
I'll say the loud character is necessary. Just like in TV shows, when you have a group, you have to have the loud one that's kind of annoying sometimes, because every now and then what he says is either really funny or really useful. So the Kai Cenat, in a smaller sense, right? The Kai Cenat energy is necessary for the streamer space. It gives us a diversity. It adds something where you're not always going to love it, but it's always great to have in your bag just in case. But alone, right? As a standalone character, it can be like the issues can be put to the forefront, and it can really piss people off and irritate people very easily. Because if your main is the slightly annoying, really loud person, you're not going to want to have that all the time, right? Like, I love turkey burgers. I love turkey bacon. I love, lemonade, but I don't want to have it all the time. There's specific situations when I'm going to have it and other times where I'm going to pick something else, right? So if that's your main and you don't have a calmer type of demeanor that you can tap into, then you're gonna piss a lot of people off. That's just how it happens. And there's no disrespect for those people, right? But it's just a trick of the trade. It's part of it.
Cook Kai too much because I feel like it's almost become routine to talk about Cocomelon Cenat. And also the Kai Cenat loud gimmick has evolved into the destruction gimmick, where expensive things are destroyed for content.
Oh man, damn, this is easily. Where's Reginald's room? Turn that fucking ceiling fan off. Come on.
Mind you, this nigga got kids. He's dead ass a grown man with a family going around and destroying a house. Like, is that normal? He just got exposed by various women for not taking care of his children, but he's going on stream with a sledgehammer and destroying.
It didn't stop the motion though. People thought that by outing him, I think he got 5 or 6 officially. They thought that was going to mess with the Duke's motion. It was going to mess with his aura. He was going to lose all these points. The same people that were going before are more going now. Do I think it's a little bit of off-putting that he participated in this, because it's a little bit out of character, I think, for Duke Dennis's his online persona doesn't say that he would participate in this sort of thing. But he did, right? It's not a problem that he did, but it's just something to pay attention to. Maybe he just thought it was funny, and he could treat it like one of those rage rooms where they give you something to just like go in there and smash technology and like old stuff. I can see that too, but I don't put too much stock into it, because he's supposed to be an entertainer. He's supposed to go above and beyond sometimes, and this was one of the times where he really did something that we didn't anticipate him doing specifically, right? Does it seem like a Kai thing to do? Yeah. Does it seem like in the right state of mind Agent could potentially do it? Yeah, because we've seen Agent crash outs before, though he's usually pretty level-headed. Is this something that Chris might do? Yeah. Not in this exact way, but very similar. So I could see it happening. It's just a matter of how and when and who.
A crib. And I understand it can be replaced easily. They're rich, but my goodness, you should still respect the items you purchase. And I'm not even trying to be on my Gachi Akira timing. Read that manga if you haven't, but I'm not going out of my way to destroy a house, even if I know I can fix it, because number 1, you still want to be respectful to the objects you purchased, and number 2, that's just a waste of time. And I already know a lot of you guys are gonna say this is just my opinion, and that I said it myself. These people can easily replace these objects, which is true again, but the fire department got involved.
Over, Chuck. Shot. He said, come out, we can't even be in. He said, get out.
Look, black smoke.
Shot.
Nigga, the columns.
As we speak, bro. Yeah, we gotta get out.
Yeah.
Dollars being spent to clean up left a vacuum. It's no longer a private thing. These are real taxpayer dollars being spent to clean up a mess millionaires made. Don't that sound crazy? And I don't know about y'all, it just gets old. And I know Kai was just talking about how firework content is getting played out, but this is the same thing. It's just destructive mumbo jumbo.
It's burnt out. My nigga, you single-handedly burnt out this whole shit. A nigga call you you backing out a firework. You and Ray was letting off fireworks in Minecraft, bro. Rakai, you get gassed up by niggas. It's burnt. The fireworks shit burnt. That happened. Police involved, gang. Just stop, gang.
And you can say fireworks are getting burnt out, but I feel like just going around and destroying things with a sledgehammer is equally as crazy and annoying. And you know only children are watching this. No grown, well-adjusted adult is gonna tune in to a Coco Melon Sinat AMP house destruction stream. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention, unemployed people are probably tuning in. But basically, these gimmicks are partly the reason why content feels the same, why people who are coming up are seen as copying big streamers. Gimmicks are basically just meta content that for the most part is going to go viral, and people who abuse these gimmicks are getting to the Funyun Munyon. I can't even lie. And low-key, I'd be hypocritical if I didn't say I'm hating a little bit, because even my content could probably be seen as a gimmick, but I did want to argue the other side for fun. This could just be me yapping, not gonna lie. Well, that is everything except girl content. That in general is pretty weird. That does need to stop. That's all I had to say though. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions and a commentary gimmick. Join my membership.
Yeah. Hit the nail on the head. He not missing. Yep. DH do a lot, but he don't usually miss. I gotta respect that.